Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are still working on getting our government capacity up, but I want to do a few things before we get started here. Number one, I want to increase education investment. Our legitimacy has been tanked, but we have promised to do where is it? Right of assembly. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't think anyone's going to be upset about this, so yeah, the Zamindars. I don't care about the Zamindars. Hindu priesthood will be a little salty, but I'm not too worried about that. So hopefully this should go down without a hitch. Yeah, stall chance is 6%. Success chance is 39%. I'm extremely confident in our ability to pass this law. Finances are doing absolutely rock solid, although that 40k in interest per week is not making me super pleased. Few other things I want to knock out. You're not Bombay Steel? You're not Bombay Steel. Why are you mad? Can't hire. Gosh darn it. Why not? Why are you unprofitable? Because iron's too expensive. Oh, and because the frickin' British haven't been handling the convoy situation. I've got to handle everything in this customs union. I tell you what, almost makes you want a little Purna Swaraj. Am I right? All right, I'm gonna throw some convoys at the top of the queue. Unfortunately, that's gonna slow down my government expansion, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna build the ones in Mysore, and we'll leave the others for later. All right, so. I've really radically outrun my need for taxation capacity in Agra, so I'm going to downsize government admin here. I've got so much bureaucracy, it's kind of a joke, so we're just going to drop that down a little bit. Less than 300 is probably fine. East Bengal, very similar situation. I'm just going to drop these until we're below 300. And again, this is just a cost-saving measure. Yes, it's going to make some of the bureaucrats a little salty, but it is what it is. That, you know, they should fear me. All right, let's do another round of annexations. Oud would be 7.5. What about Jhansi? Can't do it because I just fought them a little while ago. 6.8 for Surguja. What about Assam? 5.6 for Assam. No one's going to stand with them, though, so not super excited about that. Rewa can't... Yeah, I fought a bunch of these too recently. Jaipur? Dang. I gotta say, its temptation side's large to grab Burma. But I'm not going to do that. I'm still fixing some many and various issues that my government is having. We're still building up government admin in a bunch of different areas where we are short on taxation capacity, including Gujarat, Rajputana, the Punjab Hills, and various other areas. Did I put more railways in Delhi? I don't think I did. So, here we go. Extreme winds. I would love it if the wind would stop winding. Do you think we can get that done? I must have enough government admin to deal with the weather. Government is the solution to all of our problems. Bihar is a little bit short on infrastructure as well. I'm not going to queue it in immediately, but I am going to queue it in. Knock off one level of government admin just to provide a little bit of extra infrastructure. And because I don't need the extra taxation capacity. Did I fail to build enough in Bombay? I did. Let me see. We should need 2 more. I'm going to throw those at the top because I'm a weirdie. And all these other ones are continuing to get built. Now, I could increase the size of the construction sector, but at this time I'm not going to. I'm just going to keep the government increases going as they've been going. I know it seems like I'm paying more and more, but I'm actually paying less. It's just the building. I'm pretty much completely covering the cost of my construction at this time, so I'll be really, really in the black once I stop building stuff, which I keep saying I might do and then not doing, but you know, it is what it is. Alright, so that's the end of the government expansion for now. So where are we with that? Alright, we're working. It's a process. And here's Victoria Terminus. Grassroots support for law. The political wills and desires of the lower classes will always remain an opaque matter. For whatever reason, support for right of assembly has spread like wildfire across the Dominion of India, spurred on by charismatic speakers and lively debates in small-time social clubs. They're backing what now? Well, who are we to complain? Although support was never a prerequisite for success, it sure doesn't hurt to have it either. Public enthusiasm exploits reform, stronger Indian national movement, trade unions stronger, okay, interesting. Or use this common ground to calm the masses. Lower sternum pops in East Indian oud to become more loyal. I'm going to do the second one. Chill out, oud. Alright, so where are we with this tech thing? 10 months away. And obviously the power plants are near to being built. It's been a few weeks now, and there are a few territories. Alright, Assam and Orissa are good to go. What about Malabar? You're still hiring. You're still trying to hire. Okay, alright. So that'll be just fine then. Excuse me. It'll be dealt with eventually, even if it's not currently dealt with. You know, I do get reduced infamy against unrecognized powers. Oh, but it's I'm gonna, if I ended up doing Swaraj, I'll end up leaving the British situation anyway. So I don't think I'm gonna build that up necessarily. So when I do that, what else am I gonna grab? I'm gonna grab this treaty port and this one as well. And I'll probably grab overlordship over Afghanistan. And that'll give me everything I need. French Republic sides with Bulungan. Interesting. Actually, they would give me Guatemala or the Bahamas for support. Bougainville, Katanga, or the Solomon Islands. Okay, not particularly interested in that. Oh, those are states. I can't get subjects. That's a shame. Diplomatic plaques, I could get a pile of cash. That would be extremely funny. War goals. Can I get a conquer war goal? Wait, can they give me... Give me Carnatic. Gosh darn it. Give me your treaty port. This is the state of Carnatic, right? Yes. Where's Carnatic? Gosh darn it. Give me Carnatic. You fool! Give me Carnatic. Pondicherry. Here we go. Max of value of requests. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing, buddy? Ooh. Well, this would be interesting. It is an opportunity. I have to fight the Belgians, That's like Congo, the Maldives, and Dahomey and Benin, none of which are particularly frightening to me. The French are the #2 power in the world. Not yet. Not yet. I'm still dealing with my princely states. Ah. Here we go. Here's the Victoria Terminus thing. An architectural marvel. The completed Victoria Terminus is a fusion of architectural influences and marks a new chapter for both Bombay and India as a whole. 2 British men in suits stand outside the newly built terminus while a coolie carries their luggage. I'm really going to hope that's not a slur of some kind, because it sure sounds like one. Well, if it wasn't for the months-long ship ride, I would have thought we were back in London. And therein lies the genius of its design. Our fellow countrymen see it as an expansion of British culture, while the locals see it as a respectful continuation of their Mughal heritage. Everyone is happy and no one is offended, and business, above all, booms. This terminus will serve all of India well, increase migration attraction and urban center throughput in Bombay, or the world will marvel at our novel achievement, increase prestige. Let's go with migration attraction. That was probably kind of dumb. I'm not really hurting for population in any way, shape, or form, but, you know, it is what it is. Alright, let's go ahead and throw one of the... we'll use 2 of the defense forces, because... we don't need particularly... our strength is very solid. Interesting. Oh yeah, because Burma is splitting the Shan states. That's kind of curious. But it is what it is. Alright, so... if I get a conqueror, can I get an annex on my... Actually, what I'll do is as soon as that pops off, I'll just start my annex play against Pudukkottai, and the French won't have anything to say about it because they'll be already in the midst of a war with Great Britain, and, you know, that's something you don't need to necessarily have happening to you at both times. The Anti-Russian Association wants an alliance with the Ottoman Empire. I don't want this. Actually, though... yeah, I'm gonna wait until this kicks off, because then they'll be confirmed in it. Alright, Destroyer. That's fine. Contentious topics. An event organized by the anarchist movement transformed into a brawl as opponents of the movement infiltrated the crowd. When the police arrived, no participant was willing to give a consistent statement. Most of them had at least one bruise, a cut lip, or a bloody nose. His was much less honorably obtained than most of theirs. He'd whacked his hip against the corner of a table while rushing for the exit, only to nearly run headlong into an approaching gendarme. 2 conflicting stories rose to mind. One that he would tell to the detective, and one he would tell to his friends. Give them all a day in jail to cool off, no effects, or seek charges to the event's organizers, weaker anarchist movement. You know, I don't mind having an anarchist movement. Give them a day in jail to cool off. Alright, so now we're building up our power plants in Delhi. And once that finishes... oh boy, we're at higher education. Excellent. Once that finishes out, we'll go ahead and flip the electrics industries there over to producing radios, and that will be very effective for the country. Alright, this war is about to kick off. This one is kicked off. So, alright, beautiful. And just as predicted, well, not really predicted, but I'm happy about it. France is not getting involved. So I'm very pleased about that. Get that started. All right, and that puts us in a war with these other countries. So first, we'll go ahead and add conquer war goals. We can't do all of them. Why do I have 2 for Jaipur? I understand why I have What? This is weird. I'm going to do the first 2. Beautiful. Alright. That should be fine. Now, if France gets involved... Or no, because Pondicherry is held by the British. Alright. Never mind. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No war goals to add. All is well. We'll mobilize 1 defense force for this area. Another defense force for this area. And then hopefully this other war will be finished before this one kicks off. Where's that event? Bunch of events happening. A campaign of banquets. Mohandas Gandhi's attendance at a bourgeois fundraising banquet in Delhi has led to an uptick in funds promoting the right of assembly. As the organizer at the end of the table stood to give a toast to the clear wisdom of the reform, he could not help but think of how closely the sound of his fork on the glass represented a coin falling into a bank or a spent cartridge hitting the ground. Nourishment for the body and the budget, reduced enactment time, increased enactment chance, stronger political strength and political strength from wealth in Delhi, or vast sums of money flowing into politics, you say. Double the bonuses in terms of enactment, but Gandhi gets the trait grifter. He might be the ruler one day, and 1% tax waste is not trivial. So I'm going to go with nourishment for the body and the budget. You might be the ruler one day, you know, because of Swaraj. Ceylon is improving relations. Excellent. I bet they are. They better. 2 arms. Alright, so if we can grab Pegu and our Khan reasonably quickly, which it looks like we're going to be able to do, then I can pull 1 defense force over here and not have to mobilize any of my real armies. I'm feeling increasingly confident, friends. We see 88% control over Pegu. Very good. Very good. Alright, now, this army is on defense. Shouldn't have it be doing that. That was dumb of me. It's okay. We'll take the Madras Defense Force and put it over here in Jaipur. Oh, I'm so smart. So good at video games. Right, more of the children are damaging relations. Ooh, actually, interesting. It looks like some of these battles are potentially not... Okay, here we go. No, they're fleeing over to the east. And this one's a success. Alright, beautiful. Bhutan Uprising. Oh my goodness. And there's corporate governance. Excellent. So that gives us another company, which is nice. Pretty rad. Pretty rad. Our other army's on its way over to the Eastern Front. This battle is a loss for us, but subsequent battles will be successes. Because that ratio is wonderful. Alright. This ratio, on the other hand, is rough, so I'm going to put these units back on defense, and I'm going to hope that I remember to put them back on attack when the time comes. Well, these other armies are on attack, so that's rock solid. What about this one? This one's on attack as well. No one's getting involved in this, so I'm going to have a few more annexations, and that will be excellent. I'm actually going to be lower than 20 infamy pretty soon, so I'm feeling pretty solid about my ability to continue to annex more right away, as long as I can find a suitable target. Javan mass immigration. Excellent. To Gujarat, where we increased the size of the immigration pull. The immigration attraction. Pull is not the term. Pull is a term from Stellaris. A really interesting pop system where all pops were the same size, and similar pops of similar type are represented by duplicates sharing the same characteristics. It was interesting. That's how it is compared to Victoria 3's system. Although they have been talking about going to a system that's like Vicky 3's. Hey, we're in consideration for right of assembly. Excellent. That'll be good. Then maybe I can throw the Bhadraloks out of power. How about that? Would that be good? I think that'd be great. Where are we with our power plants? Power plants are still progressing at a reasonable rate. Afghanistan is improving relations. Let's go ahead. Hey, there's defense in depth. Right on schedule. Beautiful. So, let's go ahead and start producing ourselves some radios. And then we will upgrade all of our artillery units to siege artillery, and that will be just fine. So from here, tech-wise, we're working on bolt-action rifle. God, the temptation to grab sea-lane strategies is so extremely high, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it right now. Credit is pretty high, and we are paying a lot of interest, which I don't love. Obviously, converting the capital over to Delhi was still something we're paying for. How much longer does that last? Only another 5 months. All right, beautiful. So that'll make our finances in a much better state once we finish out with our current construction queue. Can I get a native electrics company? Let me see. Reduce military goods cost would be a non-trivial... Actually, it kind of would be trivial. Goods for military buildings are really cheap. Alright, and there's some more Conquer war goals successfully completed. Do I need to normalize production methods once again? It appears that I do. Not that one. Yes. Vacuum packaging, standard defenses. Yeah, a bunch of other things. Alright. Right, and all of these are building cars, which we do want to continue to be building because cars are good. Because cars sell for a lot of money. Authority's a little low. Don't want to sacrifice another of those things. So let's go ahead. Another consumption tax right now. So let's go ahead and stop suppressing the All India Muslim League. They're already marginal. Their agitation, their activism just went up by a little bit. Okay, I gotta get this territory. I gotta get my population continuing to increase, because that's what an economy is made of. It's made of population. So let's see how that's affected my things. All right, Malabar needs a little bit more government admin now, which is just fine. Put 2. Bombay needs a little bit more government admin. We'll put 2. Everyone's good on infrastructure, which I'm very pleased about. And we got a New Neighbors, New Grudges event. I'm going to say the Javan people must accept their lot, because it's not actually going to affect their standard of living, and I got a lot of English living in Gujarat. Number of radicals has steadily increased, which I don't love, but is what it is. Not too worried about it. Not too concerned. It's 1914. We're definitely not going to have some sort of apocalyptic war event across the whole world. That would be crazy. We'll never have one of those. Disease outbreak in Bundelkhand. Ooh, don't love that. Do not love that one bit. So from here, I actually need to chill building because, A, we're law progress to adoption, because I am paying a lot of interest every week, and I do not like paying interest. interest is not a thing I enjoy paying. So now we'll only use money on necessary things like fighting wars against our own princely states. Gosh, we've only got one more year to do this. I will definitely get there. I shouldn't say that. That's jinxing it. We'll for sure get there. I'm gonna get there so hard. How about if I annex Darwell? That's gonna put me in wars with, I think, all my remaining princely states, which I would prefer not to be. Can I get only a few of them? Looks like maybe not. Okay, well, who's my lowest? I can avoid Idar, at least. Jhansi, 4.8, 7.5, 6.9. Kota, I can't do. Alright. Jhansi, time to get annexed. Anyone on the other side that I'm worried about? Doesn't look like it. Let's do it. Alright, we will conquer Oud for one thing. Let me see. All these are 25, so I'm just going to get 2 more. We'll grab Jhansi, which is... No, we'll grab Bhopal. Don't want to get too high in infamy for too long. And we'll get Sugurja. Alright, once again we will fire up our defense forces. And this time I think I will need to use the Khalsa army. Just because I have too many actual fronts. Where are they? Where are they at? Is this the Khalsa army? It is. Is one of my... My Khalsa army has been getting bigger and bigger. Let's mobilize the Bombay army instead. I'm gonna cut costs, the cat said, and then immediately waged a war that required a full mobilization. Or something close to a full mobilization. It's okay, we're still doing really well financially overall. Still got government wages on really low, but it's so much to increase them. Ooh, art silk. That's a fine technology to have, not something that's of critical importance at this stage, because we've got plenty of ability to build our own silk. Alright, so we are infamous. We'll need to slow down a little bit, but not too much. Not too much at all. And we're nearly there for the Bhadraloks. I was looking for an electrics company. Let's see if we've got one. Ooh, East India Motor. That's interesting. This reformation speed would be nice. Power plant's building throughput. Okay, that's okay. Extra influence, extra bureaucracy. Certainly don't need that. Steel mills throughput, supply consumption. Companies that are attainable. I could build a shipping company. And my sort of fisheries. You know, construction I can't because I don't have the thing. Food combine of Gujarat for extra birth rate. It's only okay for me. I've got a lot of birth rate. Yesenia Company for extra convoys. Don't have the right text for that. Ooh, infrastructure per population. That's really good. If I can ever get my power plants effective, I need 4 more levels of power in West Bengal. Alright. Let's build up some more power plants in West Bengal. Again, that's going to cut into my desire to be making money, but it is what it is. We're almost at the end of 1914. I'm really hoping that I can pass Right of Assembly. I've had pretty solid luck going forward. I got 2 levels of success, so if it times out, the Bhadraloks will not be that salty with me. Just on account of I've done most of what I need to do. And what are the chances that the government of India would abandon a promise, that the British Indian government would abandon a promise after having done so much to uphold it? What are you building up over here? You're building up engine industries. Nice. Very nice. I'm pleased. Why are the Riots angrier and angrier? Tragic. Quite tragic. Let me see. What are these? Oh, because of the, yeah. That's okay, I'll leave those. We'll be exporting more cars at the end of the war. At the end of the Brits' war, that is. 2 hours. Alright. So, how much longer do we have a truce with these little guys here? 28 months. Alright. Not too long. Media endorsements. The Voice of Calcutta, a popular newspaper read by the Hindu priesthood class across the Dominion of India, has published an article by Mohandas Gandhi advocating for the enactment of the right of assembly. Putting out a newspaper without promotion is like winking at a girl in the dark. Well-intentioned, but ineffective. Who are we to counteract the voice of the people, significantly increased enactment chance, and reduce enactment time, or offer our thanks to the publisher, slightly fewer bonuses, but happier and stronger Hindu priesthood? I'm going to do the first one. We're just going to do it just like that. Alright. Battles are all going well. Let's go ahead and queue in our Conquer War Goals. Again, these, queuing them in doesn't actually help any, but it makes me feel good. So I'm gonna do it that way. I'm loving this number. This is a great number. This number, not happy about. Wow! We are paying almost $1 million a week to Britain. That's bananas. That is just bananas. Ugh, my desire to fight the British has never been higher. Never been higher. Let me see. However, we are actually at the end of the episode, so this war will have to wait until next episode. For now, my nerds, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I'll see you on the other side.